Welcome to your Module 4 overview video. Hopefully this will be somewhat of a short one. I know the other ones were over 10 minutes and I try to keep them certainly less than 10 minutes unless there are some things that need to be addressed in terms of describing the assignments that are due for that week. So moving on. Last week you looked at Chapter 17 of Davis and Rimm's textbook, The Counseling Issues for the Gifted and Talented. That was part 1 of your social emotional needs of gifted students, and you read Silverman's Crucible of Perfectionism. So hopefully those two readings, and then I guess if you also skimmed the social and emotional needs for gifted adolescents, if you skimmed that chapter, hopefully that gave you a nice overview to the social emotional needs of gifted children. We'll pick up again part 2 of SE needs later on. But probably some of those things you've kind of already known just by all of your work so far with students in general, but maybe looking at it with this perspective, this lens of gifted, and how some of those characteristics might manifest in your classroom. Your social emotional needs assignment was due at the end of Module 3, and so I will be grading those soon. And with that, make sure that you check your grade sheet that is in your parent CCSD folder. You'll see that that's how I communicate with you based on your progress and add any notes there, so that should be in there. And then just a quick reminder, it's probably last time I'll remind you that Course 1's reading intensive. Make sure that you do these readings, and it's like I've said, it's obvious when you turn in your assignments whether or not you've read the material and you're making connections back to that reading, and or whether I feel like you're just kind of doing it from the top of your head. But do know that this is the primary course where you're going to have a lot of readings. The other courses don't have as many readings at all, but it is providing your foundation. For the Google Plus Forum contributions, thank you so much for those of you who are continuing to participate. You're doing a great job. Just a quick reminder that the new requirement is to include or conclude your initial post with at least one question for your classmates to respond to. And that just will hopefully help just overall discussion and participation on that forum. These can be related to the reading, they can be not related to the reading, but somewhat still related to the course. Feel free to post videos or additional resources that you're finding and kind of linking it into conversation with what you're reading. That'll be helpful. Just a reminder that just over the course of Course 1, making sure how many initial posts that you create. So if you create and post 1 to 3 initial posts, you get 5 points. 4 or more initial posts, you'll get the full 10 points, and that will just go on your final level of achievement report for reaching proficiency with this class. So for Module 4, this is going to be due September 3rd at midnight. I know that's Labor Day, but just an effort of keeping everything on schedule, make sure you plan your assignments ahead of time and don't wait till the last minute if you are planning something for Labor Day. So there's a good bit of reading. There are 4 chapters to read in the Davis and Rimm textbook. That's Chapter 12 looks at cultural diversity and low socioeconomic status of gifted children. Chapter 13 is underachievement in general. And Chapter 14 is the cultural underachievement of gifted females. Gifted females are and have been traditionally considered an at-risk population. And Chapter 15, gifted children with disabilities, are what we often call twice exceptional or 2E children. No assignments due, no formal assignments other than to work on your special populations group presentation. The guidelines and rubric are on the website. I'll look at those super quickly. And I've posted resources for each of your group. That link is also on the website. You're going to be doing your group presentations in Module 5, which is our in-resident session. So on the website, you're going to see a link to the special populations presentation guidelines. And on that, make sure there are 5 items that you need to include. You're talking about the characteristics of your population. You're presenting on the challenges those students may face. Item 3 is providing a discussion as to how to identify and or support the students of your special population. Item 4, include links to resources on that special population, whether that's linked to websites, TED Talks, other little videos or activities, blog posts, that sort of thing. And then either include for item 5 an activity as part of your presentation that you have us all kind of do as part of it, or provide a handout for your peers. You're welcome to print that handout if you have access to copies. I would say go ahead and make, to be safe, 26 copies. Or if you want to provide us a link to a handout that can be easily printed or downloaded, that would also suffice. But sometimes having a paper in hand that people can either post or make notes on will be really helpful. There's a rubric there on that guideline, so make sure that you are If you want the exceeds expectation and the full points for the presentation, which I think is 40 points, make sure you go through each of those items, make sure you have them all, and maybe even score yourself on that rubric just to ensure that you are to submit. And so on the website, under Module 4, my overview video will go there, but you'll see that your readings are Chapter 12 through 15. Your guidelines, or the presentation guidelines, are linked there. This is the partner sign up. It says partner sign up. I guess it should be group sign up to designate which group that you're in. If you don't have access to the people who are in your group, they should be there on the contact sheet. If you have not filled that out, there are still a few of you who still need to add your email address. That way you are providing the class your email address and I'm not giving it out. Please do that. That would be great. And then down, item 3 is a link to documents and resources that I've already gathered for you. And so you have different folders here depending on your group, and these are just some examples or some resources that you can pull from. You are encouraged to pull from more, but hopefully that gives you a nice little starting point so you're not starting from scratch. Also use your Davis and Rim textbook if you need to. So that's Module 4, and let's see. It's about it for this module overview video. That is it. Have a great rest of your week. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I'm not doing anything exciting over Labor Day weekend, but I'm not going to be in town. I'm not going to be in Athens. I'll still be in Birmingham. I'm in Athens right now, my little office in the Torrance Center. / storage room. We've got lots of boxes in here, and grad students get the short end of the stick, as we should, right? Anyways, that's it. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your 3-day weekend, rest up, and I will see you soon.